Nevado Sahama is an extinct volcano standing tall above the Altiplano near the Bolivian-Chile border. At over 6,500 metres above sea level, it's the highest point in Bolivia. The summit can be reached without great technical difficulty, requiring just a 3 or 4 day mini expedition from La Paz. Well, we've been going for about 3 hours now. We've got a fantastic view here of Sahama. It's about a 5-hour taxi journey to Sahama village at the foot of the mountain, with a ranger station where an entrance fee of 40 Bolivianos each is payable. Well, we've just been dropped off by our taxi and we've got 6 kilometres walk up to base camp. A well-trodden track follows a creek upstream towards the towering 2-kilometre high west face of Sahama. The track is an easy angle and it takes us 2.5 hours to reach base camp. Well, here's Sahama's west base camp and a nice little stream right next to it and a pipe to collect water. Base camp is in a flat, dusty area placed under a low ridge sheltering it slightly from the constant wind. We were surprised to have the whole camp to ourselves and enjoyed our exclusive sunset viewing with the last rays of sunlight dancing their way up the west face. Our second day was an easy schedule and making the transition up to high camp, where we'd melt snow and rest for the afternoon before making a summit bid that night. It's taken just over an hour to climb the 200 metres up on top of this ridge, and then onto the northwest ridge, camping somewhere up there. Once again, navigation was straightforward, following a track all day long. The first 3 hours was nice, easy going, with the views improving as we got higher with each step. However, once we reached the northwest ridge, we found an awful scree slope leading up to high camp. We toiled for 2 hours, making slow progress, 2 steps up, 1 step back. We were quite relieved to eventually reach high camp and end the frustrating slog. High camp has several tent platforms, nestled in a small col between pinnacles. As we have the mountain entirely to ourselves, we select the flattest and most protected platform. The wind blows constantly, and we shelter in our tent and can only briefly appreciate the magnificent views across the Altiplano. Well, I've just been to go and get some snow and ice to melt. We settle into our sleeping bags before sunset for a short rest before our summit bid. Well, it's nice and warm inside the tent. We're a bit sheltered from the wind as well, just underneath the ridge crest. Got some Pringles and we're now melting snow for dinner and for tomorrow as well. We set off into the darkness at 3 a.m, not knowing what awaits above us. But it's a clear night and the stars cast a magical ceiling above us. We've gone 45 minutes now, gone up about 200 metres, probably 210, and reached the snow line. So putting crampons on now. You can already see just above me there's a steep snow gully to get up onto the ridge crest itself. Once up onto the northwest ridge, it's easy angled and easy going, although covered in penitentes, little needles of ice. With the constant wind buffeting us, we ascend a few metres below the ridge crest on the lee side. The ridge steepens just before the summit to maybe 40 degrees, then gives way to a fairly large open platform. We reach the top before dawn, taking just 3.5 hours from high camp, far quicker than anticipated. With the freezing wind and nowhere to shelter, we can't stay long. I tried to capture the moment on camera, but 7 of my fingers freeze within seconds, and we are forced to retreat to warm ourselves with the exercise of the descent and our backs to the wind. We watch the sunrise on our descent, and the shadow of Sahama is cast across thin air past neighbouring Parinacota. The descent in daylight allows us to observe what we had missed on the way up. So this is the exposed short traverse in daylight. The gully at the left does look quite steep, but I was able to walk down it face first. Sahama offers a straightforward and enjoyable climb with a remote feel, and at 6,500 metres it takes you to the roof of Bolivia.